So first of all, really honored to be here, Shantanu. Thank you for inviting me once
My
again.
pleasure.
To be counted in the likes of Ram and Mohit Sarau, it's really an honor. Now, my views are a little radical here in nature, okay? And I'll give you the reason why. I think it's right to call spade spade. I think trading is a rich man's gamble. And I'll give you why I think that. Typically, any market, whether it's crypto, traditional commodities, whatever, any market, even real estate, has four major functions. One is it is used to raise capital. Second, it is used to preserve capital. Third, it is used for hedging, and fourth, it is used for speculation. Unfortunately, trading in itself falls under speculation. The problem with that model is everybody in the market has the exact same information as you, right? And when you're completing an order for a trade, you are essentially agreeing to a price that the seller is also agreeing to, which also who also has the exact same knowledge about the product, about the offering and everything as you, right? So whether the stock or the crypto is going to go up or go down, it's completely moot. The important thing here is, in order to build wealth, you cannot ride over the speculation bubble, right? And essentially, when you are trading, even if you're using a lot of algorithm and you have your hunch and you have your, I don't know, lucky pen to keep with you when you trade, essentially they are gonna fail, right? It's much like gamble. It's much like playing blackjack. Mathematically, if you keep playing it, there'll come a point where you'll have zero with you, right? Now, let's take a real world example. Let's say Shantanu is my real estate broker, and he goes on like that, GK, may I have a property for you, which is available for 50 lakhs. And let's assume that the property in GK are all worth 1 crore, right? Now, this brings up quite a few questions. This is actually a good trade to execute, right? I can simply take up 50 lakh flat and sell it later for 1 crore, right? And just in a few days of time, I'm making good, like over 100% return. In fact, not just 100. If I take loan, probably like, I don't know, 900% returns in just a few days. However, when such deals come to you, right, and these kind of deals are going to be like very frequent in the crypto space, you need to keep a few things in mind. One is, does your broker have some kind of information, or does the platform where you're investing have some kind of information which only they are privy to, right? For example, in this case, does Shantanu know something about that flat that I don't? The second question it arises is, if he does, why isn't he buying it for himself, right? If somebody is bringing you a trade that is too good to be true, more often than not, it's gonna be too good to be true, right? So the second question is, why is Shantanu not putting in the money here? And the third is, who is this idiot selling it at 50 lakhs when its actual worth is 1 crore? Right? So whenever you get such deals, just make sure you ask yourself these questions. In this particular example, if there was actually a flat selling at 50 lakh rupees, eventually there'll be buyers in the market who will bid up the price, and eventually it will reach somewhere around a crore if that's the market price to it, right? So you can expect a bidding war to ensure that the price of any asset would line up with the market, right? Trading is good as long as you accept that you are gambling, as long as you accept that this is not something where you want to make a lot of money. There are a lot of expert traders. In fact, like there are friends who have like wrecked so badly, lost crores of rupees, right? And these people are supposed to be the best in the market, right? So don't try to time the market at all, right? Now this brings me to the other side of the story, which is investment. Investment, I believe, is a good way to build wealth over time. Once you have accepted the fact that the market is going to go up and down in both direction throughout your investment journey, one thing that you can mathematically be sure of is that with the compounding effect being kicked in, you would have greater value than what you have today, as long as you're making sound bets. Now, nobody knows what a sound bet is, right? Especially with this COVID thing, up is down, down is up, right? So what you need to do is you need to diversify as much as possible. Right now, with the reach that internet has, with the capabilities that it has been able to give us, you can literally invest in like over 100 asset classes in just under $10,000, right? And I'm talking about like literally investing in startups on Republic, investing in crypto, investing in real estate, all bets you can make for like $100 each, right? So diversify as much as possible. Have a risk appetite if you are like under, like, say 40 years, where you can look at like 10, 15, 20 years of target. So if that is a possibility, please play that bet. Let compounding do its role, and don't invest anything that you not be able to like sleep at night. Always, whenever investing or trading, whatever salary, whatever you're getting out of your business, divide it in 3 chunks, right? 60% is your operation chunk. Ghar ka kharcha, office ka kharcha, whatever. That is all has to come from that 60%. 20% is completely your savings, right? The remaining 20% that you have is for paying the taxes and everything else. If there is anything left after the government has taken your money, that is the amount that I'd recommend you to put in for trading. And the savings that you have, diversify it, put it in investments, and over a period of time, you're gonna see some good returns there, right? Let's talk about one more thing here, why investment over a long period is important. Let's say that Shantanu again had $1 billion in 1980, right? Today, that same $1 billion would be worth about $220 million. So it's not like कि Shantanu का घर rob हुआ है and all that money, $780 million has been stolen. No, it's the inflation. Inflation is the real thief. Try to not keep your money tied up in rupee, fiat, dollar, any other fiat currency, right? Try to keep it as much diversified as possible. This is one of the things that Oro Pocket is trying to do. So Oro Pocket enables you to invest in these asset classes and offers you real-time liquidity with our MasterCard, using which you can like shop online, offline, or even withdraw cash at the ATM. The idea is to beat inflation. The idea is to give complete control. And also specifically for India as a use case, because the banks offer only 5 lakh rupees worth of insurance, Oro Pocket offers 100% insurance. Tomorrow, even if Oro Pocket shuts down, your assets are still going to be yours.